Who is this guy? Who's this guy on YouTube that I watch living in his van? What do I know about him? Is he even real? What goes on in his personal life? How old is he? Where is he from? Alright, it's time to answer those questions. Are you sure you're ready for this? Better sit down. This could be a long one. My name is Chrome Valdez and I'm 43 years old and I live right here in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And at one point, I used to live in a tall high-rise much like that one. Now I live in a van. I was born and raised in a small town just in the suburbs of Vancouver. It's probably about 45 minutes to an hour from where I'm sitting right now. And do I really like the place that I was born and raised? I guess I did when I was a kid. The town was called Vancouver BC. But I think what happens with anybody that was born and raised in a small town, especially someone who's creative inside, they run for the city. The city just has this openness for expression and people like me that just want to scream out loud sometimes and just be heard. It's okay in the city to be like that. It's okay in the city to be whoever you want. Like, look, I'm sitting in an area, there's people walking by me all over the place, and I don't even care that I'm on my phone talking to you guys because, you know, the city is just open like that. It's normal to see people out there expressing themselves in tons of different ways, so they just kind of walk by and ignore it. Because you know what? The city has arms wide open for people like me, and I love this place. This place not only is beautiful, but it is full of creative things. It's colorful. It's amazing, and that is why when I moved into my van, this right here in this town is where I chose to make my home. For one, the housing costs out here in Vancouver are ridiculous, and if you don't believe me, go online and look how much it costs to buy a small condo in Vancouver. We're talking like close to $1 million. It is insanity over there, and I live here rent-free. I never graduated high school. I actually hated school with everything that I've got. I was a little bit of a chubby kid, actually a lot of a chubby kid, and I got picked on really bad, especially in high school. Not so much elementary, but definitely in high school. I got beat up every day. People pushed me downstairs. It was nasty. People were just brutal. And the funny thing is those people that picked on me, I've seen some of them around, and I feel sorry for the life that they have because now they look like crap. Now they're the ones with the crappy lifestyle. And the fat little kid who was just the DJ at the roller rink at the time, me, well, I turned out to be pretty damn good, and I've had quite the awesome life. I completed grade 10. That's all I have for education. I actually ended up getting kicked out of school because as soon as I hit grade 9, I told myself no more getting picked on, and I was gonna knock out the first kid that called me fat, and I did. And then the second kid that called me fat, I knocked him out too, and I got kicked out of school for good. So you know what? Screw it. Why? Because I had something inside of me to offer this world that education couldn't have taught me. I didn't need a diploma to express myself creatively. And I have a weird view when it comes to like education, and I feel that honestly you really honestly don't need a huge education if you've got something creative inside of you that a college diploma or college degree can't teach you. Sure, if you want to be an engineer or something that actually requires that little piece of paper on the wall, go for it, get it. But if you're in the creative field, no matter if it's photography, video, painting, whatever it is, you don't need school for any of that stuff because that stuff you learn within yourself because it's all you. Like me with my DJing. I knew what I wanted to be right from a really young age. My mom told me that she used to catch me in the closet pretending I was like a radio host playing music and talking, pretending I'm doing news and everything else. So, you know, in the industry that I'm in now, I was born for this. So I became a DJ at the age of 14 years old at the local roller rink. And we're not talking 1 day a week, 2 days a week. We're talking 4 days a week. I kept myself DJing busy full time from the age of 14. How did I get that job? I lied. I walked in that door as an eager young kid with a passion for music, and I'm like, hey, look, I want a DJ here. She asked me if I had experience, so I lied to her. I told her that I used to DJ all of my school little afternoon dances. They used to be called sock hops, whatever they're called in your area, but I told her I DJ'd those. I never did. So she gave me a chance. I walked in there my first night with my cases of cassette tapes and I rocked that roller rink. She then fired her Saturday guy and I started DJing at the roller rink. Every night they were open, including all private events. Yes, sometimes you have to do what you can just to get in there to show them what you've got. And still to this day, at the age of 43, that is still what I do professionally for a living. Obviously on a different level and a different scale. My life has gone through multiple different changes in the DJ industry, but I'll tell you one thing, even at this old age of mine, I still get called for some pretty big events. Obviously, I went through a huge nightclub phase and being on the road and everything else, but in the last handful of years, a lot of things have changed. I've gotten more into the event industry side of things because, the nightclub scene is going through some changes right now and they're not really open 5-6 nights a week like they used to, so the work isn't there like it used to be. So of course, being very adaptive in everything I do in the music industry, I started to get into doing corporate events and mobile events and stuff like that because it keeps me busy on a regular basis. But also in the last 5 years, I've also got into doing concerts and tour stuff. Not because DJ Chrome was such a huge name, because it's not. I just happened to have met a handful of years back a booking agent lady who books international touring artists that come through the city all the time, and she uses me quite often to do concerts, mainly for crowd hype and everything else. Hasn't been so much in the last year, but up to last year, 2016, I think it was June or July, I did the Flow Rider concert. I've also did Akon that year. I did Ice Cube that year. Could go on forever. I've done so many shows for this lady. She's just a sweetheart. One thing I've learned in life is you gotta put yourself around creative, beautiful, and successful people all the time. Don't keep yourself around people that aren't going anywhere, that aren't doing anything. Don't put yourself around people that are just standing still. You need people that are constantly grinding to move forward, to be a better person, and to give this world something awesome. I've always done that. Like all of these major concert things that I've done, it's because I put myself in front of beautiful people. Like this booking agent lady, she's just a sweetheart. You know, I'm probably not going to be doing many more shows right now because, times are getting older and there's so many more amazing DJs out in this industry right now than an old guy like me. But those kids need a chance to shine, and ladies like her will give them those chances to shine. You just got to reach out and make those connections sometimes. Don't be quiet, be loud, scream. You got to be heard. You can clearly tell that music is absolutely every piece of my world, and it's true. It's my heartbeat, it's my life, it's what I think about, it's what I dream about every single day, and I've always been that way. Instead of all this talk, let me throw you a clip of the Flow Rider show I did last summer, and also some other clips so you can see DJ Chrome in action.
Richmond, make some damn noise right now! How you guys feeling? When the beat drops, let's dance! We got Flow Rider live in concert right here in Chilliwack tonight. Are you guys ready? Let's go!
So what else we got? We got my music stuff, that's taken care of. Now you know clearly what I love the most in life. 43 years old. I've been single for 5 years. Single by choice, mainly because, I don't know, I've been married before, I've had tons of long-term relationships before, and being a DJ, I've had tons of short relationships. But there comes a time in life where you've surrounded yourself with so many people for so long that you just need to be by yourself. I needed that time to just kind of pull myself away from people and just go find me. Because sometimes, well, a lot of times, when you're with somebody else, you end up becoming that person for somebody else. I don't know how to explain it, but sometimes people lose that who they are because they're always trying to be somebody for and with somebody else. Okay, I might be dead wrong for some people. Some people may be beautiful companions with other people. Sometimes people like me are not. I am very much an individual person. I am who I am, and that's it. It's not much wiggle room with me. I've been married, trust me. I know I'm a stubborn ass man. Being single gives me the freedom to do what I want, when I want, because I want to do it. Sure, if the right girl comes along and the weirdness is just awesome all the way around, Yeah, I'd entertain the thought. She'd have to be pretty damn open and expressive and be cool with all my weirdness. And that ain't always easy sometimes. Trust me, I know. If you really want to get deep and personal, digging deep inside, I am actually a very quiet guy. Sure, I may be in such a loud and expressive line of work in an industry, but I think it came from being bullied a lot when I was a kid. I had no friends and I was kind of just alone a lot. I had no brothers, no sisters, so it was just me. So as a kid, I kind of learned to just be who I am. I didn't have friends in high school. I barely had friends in elementary school. I got one friend from elementary school that I still chat with once in a blue moon on Facebook. But I led a pretty quiet childhood. And that has definitely given me the calmness and the peace that I have in my world right now to live happy alone and by myself and do things for myself. Because that's how I've always lived my life. I don't want anybody, I don't need anybody, nor do I earn companionship and to be around people. I am comfortable with who I am and what I've become, where life has been and where life's going. If you have lived a pretty nasty past and there's just some things that you have in you can't let go of, you gotta let it go. You wanna know why? Because I think what happens in your past, and trust me, I've had some nasty shit in my past that we're not gonna discuss, it's that stuff who's carved me to be the man I am today. I wouldn't be anything of what I've become if it wasn't for where I've been. So if you've been through some shit, own it, love it, be happy with it. If you've had bad and abusive relationships or horrible parents or horrible things happen to you in your past, you need to go back to them and thank them for giving you the awesome life that you have today. Because if it wasn't for those trials and those errors and all the problems and drama that they brought to your world and all the bad, nasty shit they gave you, you wouldn't be who you are today without it. There are people on this planet that live that little primed and perfect world. They got that picture-perfect family at home and picture-perfect everything. Those are also the whining divas on this planet that don't know what they've got. They don't got anything to offer because they've learnt nothing in this world. It's people like me and you who have been through shit in life, who aren't rich and primed and whatever. We had to learn things on our own, and that's what makes us so awesome, and we have so much to give because of it. Sorry, I know I'm going off on another rant. I have a tendency of doing that. It's who I am, so get used to it. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I don't know what else you want to know. I think that about covers it. I'm pretty sure. It may not be everything, but at least now you know a little bit about the guy that you've been watching on YouTube for this long. And you've got some loyal ones out there. Pretty excited about it. I never expected even for a single second that this channel would have this much interaction, that you guys would continue to watch week after week. I had no clue. Having this connection with you has made YouTube so awesome for me. It has made this place such a great, a great part of my day. You know, sometimes my mind runs, I'm like, how can I make another video today? What else do you guys want to know? What can I do to keep you engaged with me? Sometimes I just turn on my camera and shit happens. Like today, I woke up and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should tell them a little bit about me. Maybe you cared, maybe you didn't. Either way, you're here, I'm here. This day is incredible, and I'm cherishing all of this nice weather as much as I can. Why? Because we're supposed to get cold as you know what in the next couple of days. We normally don't get freezing weather in November, but it's happening. It's like November 1st today, and I think by November 3rd, we're gonna be down below freezing. Are you kidding me? That's it. Thanks for chilling, thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm gonna prop my phone down right here, if we can prop it up here. We'll try this bench here, hold on a second here. How's that? All right. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for chilling. Always stay positive. Never stop being weird. And I'm just going to walk away right now and leave you guys to check out this cool view. So, adios.